Okay, welcome to Debi Toni Music Studios How to Read Music Introduction and Review. I did a 30-minute video for my first video, and I just want to do a 5-minute review today. For those of you who have not been introduced to music, this is a great introduction. For those of you who watched that long video, this is a review of that video. Music is a map. If you know how to read, you can read the music map. The music map is from left to right, just like we read. Each thing symbolizes something, a sound. The music map. It's a representation. So is music. Okay? We talked about the staff. We talk about the grand staff. This is treble clef. This is for higher instrumentation and vocalization. This is for vocalization higher and lower at the same time. The only instrument that uses this is the piano. The other instrumentation that's lower uses what we call the bass clef. And the bass clef is for things like tuba and low-end instruments. Okay? So, for now, we're going to talk about the G clef. And why is it called a G clef? Because this line and this little swirly thing is the line of G because it was labeled as a G clef. Okay, this system of lines and spaces is called the staff. This is representational of sound. I didn't teach you every good boy does fine. So every good boy does fine, you probably heard of it. There's many sayings. It's called an acronym. Every represents the letter E. Good represents the letter G. Boy represents the line B. Does fine. So many different sayings for that. Elvis's guitar broke down Friday. Every great baby deserves fudge. I don't know. There's all stuff out there. So you do the one that makes you remember E, G, B, D, F. And the space, and there's 5 lines. And there's 4 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the spaces rhymes with face. Your space rhymes with face. Okay, a boy has a face. Every good boy does fine. Every boy has an F-A-C-E. There are notes below the staff. There are notes above the staff. Those are not on the staff, but you read music on the staff. But that is below and above. There are only 5 possibilities on the staff for lines and 4 spaces. Okay? This is tone, but sound has time. Music is sound in time. How do we know how long or short to sing a tone? That is with what we call the time signature. Time is counted in beats. Each beat is represented by a value. This 4/4 time represents 4 beats per measure or bar line. Okay, that's letting me know it's already at 5 minutes. That would be the lines. Here and here, those are bar lines. They make up a measure. Within that measure, 4 beats. 4 beats represented by a quarter note getting 1 count each. 1, 2, 3, 4. A quarter note equals 1. There are 2 parts to a note. I just want to go over that. This is the note head. It is nothing without a stem. So this is the note head. Marcus, can you see that? Thumbs up. Thank you. Note head, not hard. That's hysterical. Note head and stem. That's worth 1 beat. That's a quarter note. Here is a half note. Half note worth 2 beats. Half note. And this is a whole note. It's worth 4 beats in 4/4 time. In the measure, it takes up the whole measure. Therefore, it's a whole note and it's 4 beats. So, you have notes represented on the staff. You have sound represented by the names of the notes. You have time represented by the time signature. You have different types of notes. Quarter notes are one kind of note, getting one beat. Half note 2, whole note 4. You do not only have a G clef or a treble clef, you have what they call bass clef, and there are 2 other clefs as well, treble and alto clef. C clef, also known, that's for instrumentation like cello. Okay? This is basically what you need to know how to read music. Left to right, you follow the notes along, and they're represented by the value. At the end of a song, I'll teach you one more thing. You'll find a thick line. It's called a double bar line. So at the beginning of every song, you'll see your clef, you'll see your time signature, okay, you'll even see a key signature. We'll talk about it another time. Key of C has none. By the end of the song, you're looking for this double bar line. Double bar line. Thick plus a thin, and that means the end. And for your intro and review, this is the end. See you next time. Debbie, Toni, signing off.